Hello everyone, it's Andrea, welcome back. Today guys, this is the first weapon review for Tannenberg. In this first weapon review we're gonna take a look at the Mannlicher M95. But before we start, I want to say that this review is gonna be a little bit different. Not only we're going to take a look on how good the weapon is in-game, but also we're going to compare the in-game version of the weapon to the real-life one. And for this I have to thank a subscriber by the name of Parham Madani. He has offered to help me with this real-life comparison because he knows a lot about the World War I period and the weapons, and I can confirm that he's really been a huge help. The M95 is a bolt-action rifle. That means that you will maintain very good accuracy even at long range. And the M95 at long ranges is amazing. When engaging enemies at close and medium range, you can still kill them pretty easily, but a good rule is to always have some cover next to you. The problem is, after you shoot, you are exposed to enemies because you have to wait for your next shot to be ready. By having some cover next to you, you can go back in cover while you wait for the next shot. So this is a good tactic with bolt-action rifles, but good players are very good at seeing patterns. What it means is that if you always go out of cover from the same direction in the same spot, they're gonna have their aim ready at that spot. So you wanna go out from different angles, you wanna change your timing from which you're going out to make yourself unpredictable. The M95 has an M-block clip. This means that you cannot reload manually each round, and before reloading you have to empty the whole clip. What's unique about these M-block clips is that when you shoot your fourth shot and the bolt is cycled, there should be an animation or a sound showing you the block that goes into the ground. In this game there's not any animation or sound for these M-block clips. This is not really a problem because if you play normally you can see the ammo count on the game. But if you play without your heads-up display, something like hearing a sound of the block dropping will help you recognize when you're running out of ammunition. But this doesn't mean that the developers will not add this feature because the game is not currently released. Now, in Tannenberg the choice of weapon is important, but not always all the weapons are unlocked. For example, if you want the variants of the M95, for example you want the Statsen, the carbine version, you will have to make experience on the game and unlock career points to have the weapon, which is pretty fast, to be honest. You don't need to wait a lot. Also there is the M88, the Mannlicher, and we will talk about these weapons in other videos. But it's also important to recognize your role. Depending on your role, you can have less reloading time, more resistance to suppression, so you can be a better shooter, but you can also be, for example, having more grenades, which is very useful for taking out trenches and taking objectives. This is important because if you want to rush, maybe instead of taking the M95, the standard rifle, which is very heavy, you want to take the carbine, which is better for close range engagements and if you want to move faster along the field. Historically, the standard M95 was the most common because 3.5 million copies were produced and given to Bulgaria, while the M88, something more than 1 million copies were produced and given to Bulgaria and few other Balkan countries. And then we have the M95 Statsen, which had around 700,000 copies produced. These were mainly for cavalry and units which didn't need a long-size rifle. Now, in-game the M95 is very common, but you always have a choice for a different weapon, a little different loadout as you unlock career points. And in my opinion this is a good thing because letting players always have the same weapon can become a little boring, so having different choices also helps you if you want to decide to play differently with the role that you have. Also, by holding the left shift button you will have more accuracy, more stability of the weapon, and you will see better where aiming. The downside to that, after you use that for a limited time, you have to regain breath, and while you do that the sway of the weapon will be all over the place, so you will have incredible accuracy for a limited time, but the downside is that after the limited time, for a short period, your aim will be very bad. So take that in consideration. If you have good cover and you see that you can shoot enemies pretty easily because they expose their whole body, maybe don't use the left shift. And a fun fact about the Mannlicher M95 is that it was the main rifle of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and had a reputation of being a deadly weapon against the Italian army. And the Italians made a song dedicated to the M95, in specific about the sound the M95 made when shooting. So I will leave you in the links down below, the link to the song if you want to listen to it. So guys, that's it for the M95. I hope you liked this weapon review, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.